Pass the damn salt, please. Chapter 33. Walking Patches. Rachel and Riley, Part 10. Oh, I got an interesting phone call on my answering machine the other day, said Riley. Ready to go, hun? Said Rachel. Yeah, said Riley. Got everything? Said Rachel. Well, I got a dog on a leash. It looks like Patches, said Riley. And, said Rachel, and I am on the other end of the leash, said Riley. And, said Rachel, oh yeah, the blue bags of citizenship. Let me go and get them, said Riley. You are the only person I know who would call little blue bags to pick up dog poop blue bags of citizenship, said Rachel. Well, they are. By carrying them, we show everyone we are responsible members of the community, willing to shoulder, said Riley. Or pick up, said Rachel. Yes, pick up the burdens, said Riley. Or stresses, said Rachel. Or stresses we have placed upon the environment, said Riley. Unlike those nasty Hummer people who would never use a poop bag because they are entitled to despoil the environment, said Rachel. And not to belabor the point, said Riley, which you never do, said Rachel. No, no, my title of Mr. Concise has been unchallenged for many a year, and to belabor would border on the indulgent, said Riley. Which you never are, said Rachel. No, to be indulgent would border on the decadent, said Riley. Which you would never be, said Rachel. No, to be decadent would be to be the antithesis of the Jeffersonian ideal as symbolized by the blue bag of citizenship. A participant as a sturdy yeoman in a rural society with a shared sense of community, a sense of shared responsibility, a visible token of solidarity, said Riley. Do you mind tying up that token of solidarity, Mr. Jefferson? Said Rachel. Oh, of course. I mean to shame others into a similar course of action. A said Riley. A way to pick up Patches' poop without getting your fingers all yucky, said Rachel. Well, that too. Yes, said Riley. Say, Mr. Jefferson, did you lock the front door? Said Rachel. Of course I did. Um, Let me go back and check. I'll be right back. You just wait right here, Pause. Well, the good news is that I had filled the water bowl, said Riley. And the bad news, said Rachel. Well, no bad news, because it's all good news walking with you and Patches now that the front door is locked, said Riley. Why, Mr. Jefferson, what a smooth talker you are, said Rachel. We hold these truths to be self-evident, baby, that I have been endowed by the Creator, if you know what I mean, endowed with my life for your liberty and your happiness. Hubba baby, said Riley, using the Declaration of Independence to pick up girls. Nice, said Rachel. Well, if you're wearing tights and a wig, you have to use any means necessary, you know, said Riley. Well, Mr. Jefferson X, here is your blue bag, all full of it. Revel in the polis, said Rachel. Oh, goody. You know, if we ever get Patches, a brother or a sister, you know what I'd like to name it, said Riley. What? Said Rachel. Franchise, said Riley. Oh, dear God, no, please, no. Laughter, said Rachel. That's right. So every night we could go out and exercise our franchise. Thank you. Thank you very much, said Riley. That was worth a blue bag all its very own. So you said you had an interesting message on your answering machine, said Rachel. Yes, it was from a psychic, said Riley. It was? What did he say? Said Rachel. She, ha, she said that it was very, very important that I call her back in the next 24 hours. Otherwise, I would either miss out on something that sounded like both an opportunity or a totally avoidable calamity of a lifetime. But it was vitally important I call very, very soon, said Riley. So, are you going to call her back? Said Rachel. No, I do not think she is a very good psychic at all, actually, said Riley. Why not? Said Rachel. Well, a good psychic would have sense if I was there when she called, and only call if I was there. Since she called and then left a message, said Riley. Laughter. Then how good a psychic could she really be? Said Rachel. Exactly, said Riley. You know, I also saw something pretty funny in the weekly today, said Rachel. What was that? Said Riley. Well, they are having one of those whole life expo things this weekend, said Rachel. Oh, God, said Riley. Now, Riley, hush, you'll like this, said Rachel. Okay, said Riley. Okay, get this. The keynote speaker is the first runner-up at this year's National Buddhist of the Year competition, said Rachel. Buddhist of the Year competition, laughter. They actually have those, said Riley. Yes, apparently it is a highly coveted honor, said Rachel. Um, isn't the whole idea of the Buddhist of the Year doesn't sort of go against the whole Buddhist humility, negation of self thing, said Riley. No, not at all. Well, okay, a lot. Laughter. But the point is that they had an election and this guy came in second and he is the keynote speaker. And the question I want to know the answer to is dot dot dot, said Rachel. Yes, my sweet. What kind of campaign did he run and why did he lose? Said Rachel. Laughter. Go for it, said Riley. Well, first of all, second place is pretty good. So he must have had some pretty good PR somewhere, said Rachel. Like what? Said Riley. Well, full page ads in all the Buddhist trades with glowing tributes from his fellow sages, said Rachel. Laughter. And critics, said Riley. Laughter. 2 palms way up, said Rachel. Laughter. Electrifying, but in a calm and uplifting sort of way, said Riley. Laughter. This wise guy will have you howling with laughter 1 minute and weeping in contrition the next, leaving you in a serene puddle of stillness, said Rachel. What's the guy's platform? Said Riley. From slug to saint means you'll never fear salt or sunshine again. Kiss that shell goodbye forever, or at least 20,000 generations, which even in snail lifespans is still pretty good, said Rachel. Laughter. I like that. I am still trying to wrap my head around the idea of Buddhist trades, said Riley. Oh, yes, they have at least 2 of them, and they are trying to break into the mainstream, said Rachel. Like at supermarkets, said Riley. Yes, with headlines like, Orange is just not your color. Let our secret monk show you 5 ways to make that robe work for you, said Rachel. Laughter. Or more alms, less poor. You. How to make your alms bowl pop in any setting this holiday season, said Riley. Laughter. 10 important reincarnation facts you should know before you flush that spider down the toilet, said Rachel. Tired of the same old pilgrimages? 7 new unspoiled destinations that will blow your karma away, said Riley. Of course, he did come in second, said Rachel, when the campaign turned ugly, said Riley. It started when his opponent released a picture of him eating a double Big Mac at McDonald's, said Rachel. He tried to spin it as a happy and serene meal, but said Riley. Then the opposition released a photo of him walking down a third world child labor sweatshop wearing a 3-piece suit, said Rachel. Talking on a cell phone, said Riley. It is amazing. He even came in second, said Rachel. You know what they call the Buddhist of the Year, don't you? Said Riley. Why, no, Riley. I do not know the name of the award given to the Buddhist of the Year, said Rachel. The buddy, said Riley. Laughter. Oh, Mr. Riles, what a continual source of delight you are. Not exactly continual, said Riley. True, sometimes you misfire horribly, but really, honey, the buddy is not that bad, said Rachel. Actually, I think it is pretty good myself, but that's not really what I meant. Um, I meant, well, what I have been thinking is that, well, you know, said Riley. Riley, what the hell are you talking about? Said Rachel. Well, I mean that, well, you have been spending a lot of time over at my place, and that is a good thing, and that we seem to be getting along real good, and that is a good thing too. And, Patches seems to like it at my place, and well, maybe he needs more of a masculine influence on a full-time basis. And I mean, you already have a key, and the apartment already has 2 parking spaces, said Riley. Riley, what the hell are you asking me here? Said Rachel. Well, you know, move in with me. You and Patches, who needs a daddy, said Riley. Well, move in. That is from the guy who can go on for 5 minutes on poop bags, says Rachel. Well, yes, I guess. You need more? Said Riley. Well, yes, I guess I do, said Rachel. Well, okay, said Riley. Pause. Usually that is just the prologue, Riley, said Rachel. Damn it, okay, listen. I think we do good together. We mesh. I like the way you laugh. I like the way you look all dressed up and not dressed up and not dressed at all. I want to spend time with you. All the time I am not with you, I am thinking about you. And if I were to be with you more, that means I wouldn't have to think. I mean, I would like to think that you were there home, or that if I were home, that you would be the one that would be coming home here to here, and that would make me feel good, and that's the way I want to feel, said Riley. Okay, so I am an emotional pacifier. That is why I should move in, said Rachel. Well, that's not it. Well, honestly, maybe. And hopefully you feel the same way about me. I mean, it seems you like to hang around with me too. I mean, you are cute and funny and better than me at stuff like furniture assembly and following instruction stuff, and you bowl real well. And when I am with you, I feel like I can be myself like I can with no one else. And I think I want to spend more time with you, said Riley. Riley, forgive the cliche, but this is so sudden. You never struck me as the hey babe, let's move in together kind of guy. And giving up my own place is not something I'm gonna do for just a super roommate, said Rachel. Well, okay, I get it. What do you think? Said Riley. I want to think we are moving forward to something more substantial together. We don't have to say exactly what that is, but the jolly month of June is not far off, conceptually or calendarily, said Rachel. Jolly being a synonym for the jolly month of May. Yeah, I get that, and that what it is too, said Riley. But until that jolly month, we keep our money separate and split all the common expenses 50-50, said Rachel. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, in general, you like the idea? I mean, you really like the idea? Said Riley. Of course, you idiot. You actually listen, and besides, no one makes me laugh like you. And you're so cute when you play with Patches, especially when she beats you at tug of war, said Rachel. Well, she has a much lower center of gravity, said Riley. But you have an opposable thumb, said Rachel. But she has a very impressive growl, said Riley. A growl that only an 18-pound dog can generate, said Rachel. Laughter. Hey, I just want the dog to have a healthy sense of self-esteem, said Riley. One of the many reasons I love you, Riley Johnson, always ready to take a hit for those less fortunate than you, said Rachel. That dog is about the most fortunate creature on the planet, the way you pamper him. It will be a pleasure to have you both in my humble abode, said Riley. And it will be our pleasure to share it with you, kind sir, said Rachel. End of chapter 33. Pass the damn salt, please. Walking Patches, Rachel and Riley, Part 10. Written by Dan McLaughlin and read by Dan McLaughlin.